Hello, Christia. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a table in Blender. First, we will model the table in Blender using simple techniques. Then I will show you how to mark seams on the model and unwrap it for UV mapping. Then we will apply a wooden texture to the frame of the table and a transparent glass texture to the top of the table. First, we will need to open Blender. Then click anywhere but this splash screen. If you're wondering what this is, I made this screen so that you can see my screencast keys here. We have a camera, a default cube and a light. We don't need the default cube right now, so select it using left mouse button. Press X in the keyboard, then delete. We're going to start with the top of our table. In order to do that, we need to add a torus. You can add an object in Blender by going to this add menu at the top and selecting the type of object you want and then selecting that object, or you can press shift plus A in the keyboard and then selecting the type and selecting that object. I want a torus, so click torus. When you add an object in Blender, you will get a screen at the left bottom corner. You can expand the screen using this arrow icon. You can change the properties of this torus here. This is a one-time option, which means if you do some other operation in Blender viewport, this screen will disappear. For example, if you click somewhere unintentionally, that screen will disappear. We can bring back that properties window for one last time by pressing F9 in the keyboard, then changing the values accordingly. Otherwise, you can select the object, delete it, and then add object again. Now change this minor radius to 0.02. This is going to be the top of our table frame. Now we need to fill this so that it will be a table top. In order to do that, select this torus, then go to edit mode using tab, then go to edge selection mode. Shortcut for that is 2 on the keyboard. Now we need to select this edge loop and this edge loop. In order to select an edge loop, you can go to edge selection mode, press Alt in the keyboard and selecting one of the edges on that edge loop. This will select that edge loop. Now we can fill this edge loop by pressing F in the keyboard. This will make a face by filling those edge loops. Now we need to make another fill using this edge loop. So by going to pressing Alt in the keyboard, then pressing this edge. This will select that edge loop. So we are going to select an edge loop from one from the top and one from the bottom from the center. Then press F in the keyboard. This will fill that face too. Now we need to select these two faces by going to face selection mode. Select one face, shift select the second face. Now we need to make these two faces into a separate object. In order to do that, after selecting the two faces, press P in the keyboard, then select selection. This will make the selected two faces into a new object. We go to object mode using tab. You can see this torus and these two faces are separate objects now. Now we need to hide this torus. So select the torus, press H in the keyboard. This will hide it from the viewport. Now select this two faces object. Go to edit mode using tab. Now we need to fill these gap. In order to do that, go to face selection mode, select this face and shift select this face, then press F3 in the keyboard. This will bring the search window, then type in bridge, then select this bridge edge loops option. This will fill that gap, as you can see. Now we need to correct the normals of these faces. If you're wondering what normals are, you can go to this overlays and go to normals at the bottom and turn on this face normals and increase the size. As you can see, these are the normals of these faces. But as you can see right now, this top faces normal is that way. We need to make it this way. In order to do that, select that face, right click in the viewport, then mesh tools, flip normals. This will flip the normal of that face. You can check if the normals are correct by going to this overlays and turn on face orientation. As you can see, all faces are turned into blue. If any of the faces are red, that means their normal is not correct. As you can see right now, all our face normals are correct direction. Now turn off face orientation, turn off face normals. Now go to object mode using tab. We need to bring back our torus. So press Alt plus H in the keyboard. This will bring back our torus. Now we need to add another torus here and 4 legs to our table. In order to do that, Shift plus A, mesh torus. As you can see, our new added torus is inside the first one. Go to this menu, change the major radius to 0.8. So you can see this is our second torus. Now we need to move this torus to here so that it's touching this bottom face. In order to do that, turn on snapping. Go to this option and change it to face project. Now select that torus, G to move, Z to move along Z axis and move it to here. Now again select the torus, G to move, Z to move along Z axis and place the mouse cursor on this face. So you can see G to move, Z to move along Z axis and place the mouse cursor on this face. It will place this torus on this face. If we go to wireframe mode, you can see and go to front view. You can see the torus is sitting right on top of that face, not inside it. Go to solid mode. Now we need to add 4 legs to our table. So Shift plus A, mesh cylinder. Then go to this menu. It's too big at the moment. Change the radius to 0.04. Change the depth to 1. And minimize this window. Now we need to lower this. Currently our table leg is half above and half below the tabletop. We don't need that. So go to front view using numpad 1. Change the snapping type to increment, then absolute grid snap. Now go to wireframe mode, G to move, Z to move along Z axis and place it here. Now go to solid mode. Now we need to place this leg so that it's like this torus touching this face. In order to do that, change this to face project. Again, turn on snapping, select the cylinder, G to move, Z to move along Z axis and place the mouse cursor on this face. This will stick this cylinder to this face. So you can see if we go to front view and wireframe mode, you can see that the cylinder is touching this face. Go to solid view. Now we need to place 4 legs to our table here, here, here and here. So go to top view using numpad 7. Go to wireframe mode. Select the cylinder. Change the snapping type to increment and absolute grid snap is turned on. G to move, X to move along X axis and place it here. Shift plus D to duplicate and place it here. Select the cylinder, Shift plus D again and place it here. Now select the cylinder, Shift plus D again and place it here. Now go to solid mode. As you can see, our table legs are correct. Now we need to duplicate this torus and place it here. Go to front view. Shift plus D to duplicate and Z to move along Z axis and place it here. Now our table is ready. Now we need to apply materials to our table. In order to apply wooden materials to our table, we need to UV unwrap it properly. In order to do that, we need to mark seams in this model. If you're wondering what seams are, we take this cube for an example. These red lines are the seams of this cube. It means that if we cut this cube through these red lines, we can place this 3D cube into a flat object like this. So if we cut these red lines, we can place this cube into a shape like this, which is a 2D object or a flat plane. So we need to do that to our cylinders and toruses so that we can apply a wooden image texture to the table. So in order to UV unwrap our model, select one of these cylinders, go to UV editing workspace, select all using A key, then press forward slash on the numpad. This will place the cylinder to a local view. Now go to face selection mode, select this face and shift select the bottom face. Now we selected those two faces. Go to edge selection mode, right click on the viewport, then press mark seam. This will mark the seams of those two faces. Now we need to place a seam here. So select one of these edges, right click on the viewport, mark seam. Now we need to unwrap this cylinder. So press A in the keyboard to select all. Then go to UV and then press unwrap. As you can see, our cylinder is unwrapped correctly right now. This top face is this one, this bottom face is the bottom face, and these faces are cut into a flat object. Now we need to do the same to the rest of our objects. So bring back all the objects using forward slash. Then go to layout mode. Select another cylinder. Go to UV editing workspace. Select all using A key. Press forward slash on the numpad. Go to face selection mode. Select the top face. Shift select the bottom face. Go to edge selection mode. Right click on the viewport. Mark seam. Then select one of these edges. Right click on the viewport. Mark seam. Then select all using A key. Then go to UV and press unwrap. This will unwrap our cylinder to here. Now go to layout workspace. Select another cylinder. Go to UV editing workspace. As you can see, you can't select the cylinder here. It's because we were in the local view for the previous cylinder. In order to select this, we need to bring back the rest of the object. In order to do that, press forward slash in the numpad. Now we can see our selected cylinder is here. Press A key in the keyboard to select all. Then press forward slash again. This will place that cylinder to the local view. Go to face selection mode. Select the top face. Select the bottom face. Go to edge selection mode. Right click. Mark seam. Then select this edge. Right click. Mark seam. Then select all using A key. Go to UV unwrap. This will unwrap the cylinder. Then go to layout mode. Select another cylinder. Go to UV editing workspace. As you can see, the same here again. Press forward slash in the numpad. Then select all using A key. Then press forward slash again. Go to face selection mode. Select the top face. Select the bottom face. Right click. As you can see, nothing is here. It's because we are in the face selection mode. Go to edge selection mode. Right click. Now it's here. Mark seam. Then select this edge. Right click again. Mark seam. Then select all using A key. Go to UV unwrap. This will unwrap the cylinder. Then go to layout mode. We unwrapped 4 of our table legs. Now we need to unwrap this torus, and this one. So select this torus. Go to UV editing workspace. We don't have a torus right now. It's because we are in the local view for this cylinder. So press forward slash on the numpad again. Now it will bring back the torus. Select all using press A key. Then press forward slash again. Now we need to mark seams in this torus. Now we need to select this edge loop, the right in the middle. Go to edge selection mode. Press Alt and select this edge. This will select that edge loop. Right click, mark seam. Then go to top view using numpad 7. Now we are going to mark seams for this edge loop and this edge loop. Zoom in. Press Alt in the keyboard and left click on this edge. This will select that edge loop, right click, mark same. We need to select this edge loop here. So go to top view, press Alt in the keyboard, select that face. It will select that edge loop, right click, mark same. Then select all using a key. If you don't have the UV right now, as you can see it here, you can use the scroll mouse wheel to bring it back. Then go to UV, unwrap. So you can see it's unwrapped here. Now we need to do the same to the rest of our object. Press / in the numpad. Go to layout mode. Select this torus. Go to UV editing workspace. Select all using a key / again. Select this edge loop using Alt and left click on this edge. Right click, mark seam. Make sure it's in the edge selection mode. Go to top view using numpad 7. Select this edge loop by pressing Alt and left click. Right click, mark seam. Now we need to do the same here. Press Alt, left click on this edge. This will select that edge loop. Right click, mark seam. Now select all using a key. Go to UV, unwrap. Press / again. Go to layout mode. Select this torus. We need to unwrap this one now. So go to UV editing workspace. Select all using a key / again. We need to select that edge loop inside. So press Alt, left click on this one. Make sure it's in edge selection mode. Right click, mark seam. Go to top view using numpad 7. Select this edge loop using pressing Alt and left click. Right click, mark seam. Now we need to select this one. Press Alt in the keyboard, left click on this edge. Right click, mark seam. Now we need to unwrap this. Press A in the keyboard to select all. Go to UV, unwrap. This will unwrap that torus. Now go to layout mode. We unwrapped all our objects. Now we need to apply a wooden material to our table frame. In order to do that, we need to download a wooden texture. You can download textures for free from textures.com. Go to web browser. Go to textures.com. If you create an account, you will have 15 free credits each day. Then here type in wood. These are all PBR materials. We don't need a PBR material. We need an image texture. So scroll down. I like this texture. If you want the exact one I am using, you can see the name here. Then click this button, download. And then select the folder to which you want the file to be downloaded. Then click save. I'm gonna find another texture too. I'm gonna download this one. You can see the name of the texture here. I'm going to select this one. Then download. Then select the folder to which you want the file to be downloaded. Click save. Now we have two wooden textures. Now we need to apply those image textures to this table. We're going to apply one texture to these 4 legs and the other texture to these 3 toruses. So select one of the cylinders. Go to shading tab. Zoom into that selected cylinder. Click new. I'm going to make this window a little bigger. Now we need to add an image texture. In order to do that, Shift plus A, texture, image texture, and place it here. Then connect this color to base color. This will turn this image into black. It's because we haven't opened any images. Now we need to add a texture coordinate node and a mapping node. In order to do that, Shift plus A, input texture coordinate, and place it here. Now Shift plus A again, vector mapping. Then select this UV to vector and vector to vector. Now click this open button. Then go to the folder which you downloaded the two images. I'm going to select this image for our legs. You can see the name of the object here. Then open image. As you can see, our image is showing in this cylinder. Now go to layout mode, select that cylinder, go to UV editing workspace and zoom out a little. As you can see, our cylinder is not here right now. It's because we are in the local view for this torus. So press / in the number. This will bring back the cylinder. Using mouse scroll wheel and go to material preview. You can see the image in this here. Now go to this option and select UV island. That way we can select these islands. We don't want these lines here, so we need to rotate this island 90 degrees to here. So select this island. In order to select that island, you need to enable this. Then select the island, R to rotate and press 90 in the keyboard. Then press enter. Then G to move and place it correctly. You can maximize this window by pressing Ctrl plus space. Then Ctrl plus space again to minimize the window. Now place it correctly. As you can see, our leg is currently looking good. Now we need to apply materials to these three legs. In order to do that, go to layout mode. We need to select this three, then select this one last and make sure it is the active objects. Make sure the object with the material is the active object. Then press Ctrl plus L in the keyboard. Then press link materials. This will link this material to these objects. So if we select this one and go to UV editing workspace, go to islands, then select this island, R to rotate 90 degree to rotate 90 degree. Then G to move and place it correctly. Then go to layout mode, select this one, go to UV editing workspace, select all using A key. This is unwrapped correctly. Select this one, R to rotate 90 degree to rotate 90 degree, G to move and place it here. Now go to layout mode, select this one, go to UV editing workspace, select all using A key, select this one, R to rotate 90 degree to rotate 90 degree, G to move and place this correctly. Now go to layout mode again, select this one, this is unwrapped correctly and placed correctly. Now our four legs are looking correct. Now we need to apply the materials to these three toruses. Go to layout mode, select this torus, go to shading workspace, zoom into that torus, then click new. Then we need to add an image texture. So shift plus A, texture, image texture, color to base color. Then it will turn black. Now we need to add a texture coordinate node and a mapping node. So shift plus A, input, texture coordinate, shift plus A, vector, mapping node. Then place the UV to vector and vector to vector. Then we need to open an image. Go to the folder which you downloaded the previous two files. Select this one. You can see the name of the file I downloaded here. Then open image. Now go to layout mode. As you can see, our image is applied to this torus. Go to UV editing workspace. Select all using A key. As you can see, our UV island is this one. Now we need to apply the same material to these two toruses. So go to layout mode. Now we need to apply the material to these two toruses. So select this one, shift select these two toruses. Make sure this one is the active object. Ctrl plus L, then select link materials. Then select this torus. Go to UV editing workspace. Select all using A key. As you can see, the UV is placed correctly. Then go to layout mode. Select this torus. Go to UV editing workspace. Select all using A key. As you can see, the UV for this one is correctly placed too. Now go to layout mode. Now we applied wooden material to this frame. Now we need to apply a transparent glass material to our top. So select that material. Go to material properties. Then press new. Change this to glass. I'm going to give it a lightly green glass material. So change it to a light green. Then go to scroll down and go to transmission and change it to 1. Then change the transmission roughness to 0.05. As you can see, our tabletop got a light green material. You can't see the transparency because it's in EV and it's in material preview mode. Go to rendered mode. Then change the render engine to cycles. If you have a graphics card, change it to GPU compute. As you can see, our tabletop material is transparent since you can see the toruses and table legs underneath. If you want a completely transparent material, you can go to material properties, change this material to white. If you want to change it to complete white, you can increase the hue to 1, value to 1, saturation to 0. This will make that material into a completely transparent one. I think I like this one. I'm going to change this value, lower it a little, and I'm going to increase the roughness a little, transmission roughness to 0.1. So you can see our table is looking ready. Go to material preview mode. Now we need to make this table into a single object, as right now there are a lot of objects. Select all by using box select. Make sure there is an active object. If it doesn't have one, shift and left click on that object. This will make it an active object. Now press Ctrl plus J in the keyboard. This will make this table into a completely simple one object. Now go to front view. We need to place this in the ground level. G to move, Z to move along Z axis, and place it here. Now we need to add a flow. So shift plus A, mesh, plane. Scale this really big. Change the flow color. We need to apply new material. So go to material properties. After selecting the flow, click new. Change this to flow. I'm gonna change this color to a little bluey. Looking good. Now if you want, you can change the roughness of this wood material. In order to do that, go to shading tab. Currently there are 3 material: glass, material 1 and material 2. This drop down icon, you can select material 002 and I'm gonna change this to wood 2. And then I'm selecting this one and I'm gonna change the name to wood 1. Then select this wood 1 material. This will select the nodes for that wood 1 material and go to this roughness. You can see the materials here. Go to roughness and decrease it to 0.2. Then go to wood 2 material and change the roughness to 0.2. Then go to layout mode. Select this one right click, shade smooth. Go to rendered view. As you can see, our table got a little shininess to it. Go to material preview mode. As you look right now, this edge here got a little weird look to it. We can correct that by selecting this object. Go to object data properties. Then go to normals. Then turn on auto smooth. This will correct that weird effect. So you can see, since auto smooth is off, this is looking a little weird. If you turn on auto smooth, what auto smooth means, this will smooth shade objects that are above this angle. We can go to rendered mode. Now we can render this scene by going to camera view by using numpad 0. You can turn on walk navigation by going to view, navigation, walk navigation. Now if you move the mouse cursor, the camera will move with you. You can zoom in using W in the keyboard. So you can see right here. Zoom out using S in the keyboard and place it here. Go to top view, select this lamp and G to move and place it here. Then Shift plus D and duplicate that lamp and place it here. Then Shift plus D again and place it here. We can change the value of this lamp. Select the lamp, go to object data properties, then change the power to 100. Then change this lamp's power to 500. Then go to camera view using numpad 0. As you can see, our table is looking good. You can render this scene by going to render image. This will render a scene. That's it for this video. If you like my videos, subscribe for more videos like this. Bye for now. See you in the next video.